recording, and we are off to the races. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here. It begins in 3, 2, 1.
Smart woman. She's putting a new floor down by herself. Wise woman. She's using Kentile vinyl asbestos tile. Easiest flooring to install, easiest flooring to care for. Save every way with Kentile vinyl asbestos tile.
This is your anus.
I can't believe you made me say that. This is the morning stream.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to TMS, the morning stream for October 12th. It's a Monday. It's 9:11 a.m., starting a little late today. I'm Scott Johnson with Brian Ibbett. Hi, Brian.
That's because we were unintentionally giving some stuff to the patrons while we were getting music settled. We were talking about sports and drugs.
Yep.
From
Sports
two
and drugs.
guys who know very little about about either.
Yeah. We know we like sports, and
Sure.
some drugs are important for the medical industry, but you and I don't really, recreationally, not really our jam.
Right.
But, we talked about it anyway. And if you're like, man, I want some of that bonus content, hey, just subscribe to the Patreon for like $1 a month, and you'll get all of it every day. Every day.
All of it, every day.
Yeah, all of it every day. All right.
So much.
It's good to be back. Hello, everyone. Hope you had a good weekend. Mine was dumb. Amazing what the rain will do. Oh, by the way, happy 2003 episode. That's the year The Core came out in theaters. Remember The Core?
I do remember The Core. We watched it for Film Sack. Had that wonderful Hilary Swank.
Yeah.
Piloting a vehicle into the Earth's crust.
Yep. Now she's
And
on
that's
that.
all I remember.
I remember it had dude from here. He lived here.
Wilford Brimley?
No, went to college here. I can't think of his
Brigham
name.
Young.
Harvey Dent.
Oh, Aaron Eckhart.
Brigham Young. Actually, Aaron Eckhart went to BYU, so that's funny.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he went to BYU Film School. But anyway, Aaron Eckhart was in it, and that's it. That's all I remember is Aaron Eckhart and Hilary Swank together at
They
last.
actually they tried out the boring craft. I don't want to call it a spacecraft because it went into the Earth core. Ooh, echo. Getting some major echo on me all of a sudden.
Oh, that's weird. You getting it now? Still getting it?
Yeah, still getting it. I don't know what's.
I don't know what that is.
Did you hit a button?
I didn't hit nothing. I'm checking everything here. No,
Test.
looks good.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see your green. Your light lights up green when. Oh, now it's gone. Whatever you might have just done, fixed it.
No, I didn't do anything. I
Oh,
literally
okay, so
sat here and
Discord
didn't
figured
move.
itself out. I was getting I was seeing your light, your thing turn green when I was talking.
Oh, weird. All right. Anyway,
They tried out the ground craft by piloting it into Aaron Eckhart's chin dimple first.
Oh.
And there's my joke that
Oh.
took 8 minutes to get out.
That's all right. It was worth it. Every second
Was
of
it?
that was worth it.
Was
Oh
it?
yeah. Oh yeah. No, listen.
Okay.
Everything about that was enjoyable and refreshing. It was perfect. It was perfect in every way. It was perfect in every way. Do not stress yourself out. So it's amazing what a little bit of wind and rain will do. So, as we know, it's been really smoky here. A lot of smoke still from fires. I know that sounds like we're talking about a thing 8 months ago, but no, the fires are still a problem.
Still going.
And getting the California smoke, our own smoke, a little bit of Colorado smoke when the wind
Probably
went the
some of
other
our
way.
smoke.
Yeah,
Yep.
we got a little bit of the Arizona smoke, all the smoke, and it comes into the Salt Lake Valley, which is a big, beautiful bowl, a mountainous bowl. And it's an amazing, beautiful place when there's no smoke in it. But when you pile all that smoke in and there's not a lot of wind going on or other weather patterns, you end up with like it just sort of sitting there. And so we just sitting there stewing in the goo. And as a result, I get gnarly headaches, bad sore throaty stuff, just kind of a time. And had a rough weekend this way overall. It was just not good for me. Felt like crap, coughed a lot. Nick had to get a COVID test. We were like worried that, oh no, what if this, I gotta go get a COVID test. But it came back negative. Everyone's fine. And now I feel great. And the reason I feel great today is because it rained. The rain came and it blew the smoke away and it's all gone now. And it was like so gorgeous yesterday, Brian. You could see for hundreds of miles in every direction. The mountains were clear, crystal clear. You could see the orange and the red up in the trees, up on the mountains everywhere. It's like fall up there. Oh, just amazing. yesterday. So
we so need that here. We had winds, but no rain. We had 70-mile-an-hour winds here in Colorado. So
jeez.
much of our neighbors' pool toys and some of their pool are on the side of our house, or were on the side of our house.
Good Lord.
Pool toys still there. The pool water, not so much anymore.
I mean, 70-mile-an-hour winds, not hurricane level. Those are heavy winds. That's hard.
Those are, yeah.
Did you lose any trees or any kind of branchy things or any of that?
Not on any of our trees, and it was great. It blew all of the so we've got a cottonwood that hangs that's in our neighbor's yard that hangs over our yard.
Yeah.
And every fall, that thing dumps the majority of its leafy load on our lawn.
Okay.
And the wind was blowing the perfect direction yesterday to blow all of their leaves onto their lawn.
Oh man. Yeah, you hate it when you're the lawn that gets all the leaves blown into it.
The leaf load.
The leaf
we
load.
We are the I mean that tree everybody in the neighborhood hates. The first people to move into the house put that cottonwood tree in way too close to the fence line because they knew that it would grow fast and add some sales appeal to the house.
Sure.
And cottonwoods are the most intrusive. Their roots go all over the damn place. They find anybody's sprinkler system and say, "Oh, there's water in here. I'm going to tear into this hose, this line, and drink all the water," and sprout little more cottonwoods all over the yard. And
they're the worst.
Three neighbors have come and gone in that house next to us, and they all hate the tree, and no one wants to spend any money to do anything about it. We've even offered to help out with cost of removal, but it would be such a pain.
Well, it's a huge pain. Part of the pain it's not just one stump and one pole. It's like you said, it travels around.
Yeah,
We've had cottonwoods as well. They're the freaking worst tree.
They really are.
Like of all the trees that you would want to put in a residential area, why would you put the one? I understand if it grows quick, then your house sells quick because you got some foliage and you can, there's a value to that. But the first thing I'd do if I was a buyer, I'd go, hold on a second. What tree is that? And if they said cottonwood, I'd go, double bird, I'm out of here. See you later.
This is the tree that was the source of the too much hassle story with our Russian neighbor. This was the tree that he decided to bring the hammer and chisel out and go ting 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 to try and get the roots just enough to where we could fix the fence. And now I just want to just get this thing out of here.
Did it work? I don't remember what happened. Did it function?
It worked long enough to get the fence put up, but I'll bet you anything in 6 months that root is going to grow back to full size and pop the boards out that we put in.
That's what roots do.
It's roots do, and of course he's long gone. He's history, moved on.
No, it was too much hassle to stay there.
Exactly. Oh, that
guy.
I love the fact that he is completely unaware that not only was his phrase like coined and carried on this show forever anytime anything Russian comes up, but we even had a team name at the Overpants League whose shirt I still wear.
Oh yeah.
Called the Too Much Hassle Team. That misspelled my name on the back of the shirt, and I still wear it because I love it so much.
That guy's legendary, man. I miss your Russian neighbor. And it wasn't like he was a constant.
That story, and I don't really miss him for much else.
Right. It's not like he was a constant source of information or stories or funny times. It's just he had this moment, kind of like our I can totally see why you like it, lady. It's like this moment, this pinpoint in time, and now you're legend, man. You're legend. He doesn't even know. If you went and found him and go, "Hello, what is this? Why you come to my door? I hate you. I move away from you for a reason." And you'd say, "Well, you're this legend now, and this and this and this," and he'd go, "Oh, that's too much hassle," and shut the door. That's
right, exactly. Yeah, I don't know if he'd find it flattering to be this kind of a legend. To be honest.
Yeah, not really his jam.
Not really his jam.
Okay. I can see that. That's the reason the Russians are so grouchy and eat nothing but potato wine. Anyway, I guess it's vodka, isn't it?
It's vodka, but potato wine. I like that. I'm going to ask for a potato wine and tonic, please.
There you go.
Next time I go.
So anyway, we're feeling good here, and I feel so much better. And sorry about PM over the weekend, but it just floored me. I had I figured it out. In my lifetime, I've had 5 migraines, and 4 of them have been in 2020. And you could say, it's the stress of the world, of the thing, and of COVID and the whatnot. Maybe. But I think it actually might just be this excessive amount of smoke we've had this year. Way more than ever. We had higher index ratings or whatever the number is on Friday or Thursday, I guess, than L.A. did. Like,
jeez,
what the frick, dude? We're not supposed to be worse than L.A.
Yeah, no kidding. And this fire that we've got here in town, Cameron Peak Fire, just up there by Fort Collins, is pretty much poised to be the biggest fire we've ever had in Colorado, the most devastating fire
Ugh, and that wind
that
doesn't
we've ever
help.
had in the state's history.
Yeah, I wish wind blew out fires. Instead, it spreads them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Something about all that extra oxygen they're getting.
I don't really understand the science of it, but I think that helps it, is my understanding. Anyway, all right. Brian, I got a question for you.
Sure.
I saw this on the internet and thought this would be a fun little excuse
cool.
to do a thing.
All right. Cool.
Somebody sent me a picture of the following automobiles. All right. These are famous automobiles. It's funny that this comes up today since we just did The Car on Film Sack.
It is, yeah. What timing?
He's not part of this list, but I say he. Could have been a girl car. I don't know. I didn't look into that. We didn't check.
It's funny that you assign any sort of pronoun to it.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird. Should just be it. But yeah, here's the deal. We got the following list of cars. So I'll list those first, and then I'll ask you the question.
Okay.
The Dukes of Hazzard car was called the General Lee.
Generally, right?
Yeah. The Back to the Future car, we know what that is.
A DeLorean,
Yeah.
sure.
Knight Rider, which is a Trans Am with a row in the front.
All right.
Starsky and Hutch's. Oh, look at you with your Mandalorian. Mandalorian. Your DeLorean.
DeLorean.
Oops. Starsky and Hutch's
Back
car.
to the Future 1, 2, and 3 versions of the DeLorean.
How'd you? Wow, that's awesome. Was that a special thing, or you just
It was
had
a
them?
special 3-pack that came in a geek crate, and the best one. I love the. Here's the Back to the Future 3 with the wooden thing, like the engine deal, and a little hitch took it up to the back of the train. And
3 is so underrated.
it is. It really is.
Oh,
Anyway, I'm
that's
sorry.
right.
So you were
No,
on
no,
the
yeah.
Hutchmobile.
Yeah, the
Or
Hutchmobile.
the Starsky Mobile, whatever it was called.
Yep. James Bond's. Well, you know what? I'll also put this in the Discord so you
Aston
can.
Martin.
Yeah, I want you to see these. So it's only fair that I put these in here. Okay. So
Okay.
now you can see
Oh,
them.
okay. Oh, look at all of them. Okay.
Mad
Nice.
Max car, which is like the original Mad Max car.
Oh, the original, the right.
I don't know. It was based on a Charger or something.
The Mel Gibson Mad Max vehicle.
Yep. The Ghostbusters Ecto 1.
Sure.
The A-Team van, the B.A. Baracus would drive. Miami Vice, that's a Ferrari Testarossa, I think, or something.
Sure.
Or Magnum's car, which is another Ferrari. Different
convertible.
Convertible Ferrari. All right. So
And
those
the
are
only
your cars.
convertible on the list, believe it or not. That's
Yeah,
surprising.
That is surprising. I guess there just aren't a lot of famous cars that have
No.
convertibles. But anyway. The keys are in the ignition. You can only take one. Which do you take?
Okay. I have a follow-up question.
Go.
Does the Back to the Future car work? If I get that thing up to 88 miles an hour,
I knew this was gonna come up. Functionality, like their powers, if they have any. You want to know if they have their powers.
I want to know if they have their powers.
So let's
I
see
mean,
what.
that does give the Back to the Future vehicle a really unfair advantage.
Yeah, because nothing else has that except maybe the Ecto 1 has like a ghost catcher gun on it.
Sure.
That shoots, while you're driving or whatever.
Well, or the James Bond vehicle. If the James Bond vehicle really is outfitted by Q and can do all that stuff. Yeah, and that's a good question. Like, which Back to the Future? Because I don't see a Mr. Fusion on that one. Am I going to have to rob plutonium from the Syrians or whoever they were?
I think they were Libyans. Libyans.
That's right, Libyans.
Yeah, whatever stereotype they were playing with that year. So this is a really great question because now suddenly it's very weighted in the Back to the Future direction because
really
that
is.
car.
Let's make
travel.
it even and say that they are accurate prop vehicles for each of these properties, but they do not feature the fictional functionality or the fictional. I can't portmanteau that one. That comes with it, right? Because otherwise, Back to the Future wins hands down. I want a car that can fly, that can go back in time. I mean, that was the dream, the everything car.
Yeah. Plus, it looked cool. So you're
Plus
right.
it looked cool. Plus, it was a DeLorean.
You're right about all that. The James Bond car is gonna have a bunch of stuff you'd never have in real life, and the Knight Rider
ejector
car,
seat
like the
and,
Knight Rider car, would almost if Back to the Future wasn't on here, the no-brainer would be the Knight Rider car because that thing is so freaking smart.
Right.
That it's a supercomputer AI that could do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think you take all that away. These are just great replicas. Then which one do you take?
Then I'm taking the... I'm still taking the Back to the Future car.
After all that, you can stay with
After
the
all
same
that,
car.
I mean,
Okay.
that was a tougher question, though. It's like, because the Ecto 1, God, you see those are probably the most replicated cars you see at things like Dragon Con and
Yeah.
Comic Con and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, looking at all those, the rest are, with the exception of the A-Team's black pedo van, the rest of them are all like really just high-end sports cars.
Black pedo van.
Sorry, is it pronounced pedo van or pedo van?
Depends on if you're in the UK or not.
The UK or not?
But hold on a second. If that van is, I hadn't thought about that. I thought pedo vans were only white.
white panel vans.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. Well, that's what I did say. It was an all-black pedo van.
Because if you saw that van, you'd immediately go, "Oh, A-Team," right? So people
Yeah, I
would
do
be,
exactly. But I'd say, well, what the hell is going on in the back of that thing? Because it's
All right, I'll tell you what. I'm going to make a weird decision here, and this is not
All
based on my disgusting fandom of the property. But
Sure.
I think I would actually go for that Mad Max car if it was cleaned up. Like if that was in mint condition, sort of what's the word? Not
furbished.
Furbished. No, not furbished.
yeah.
What do they call that?
what is
Restored. That's what I
Restored, yes.
meant. So that was like a really clean, shiny, restored version of the Mad Max car. Pretty sure from just a looks standpoint and like the thing I would want to drive around town, I think that might be it. That or the two Ferraris would be pretty sweet. I don't think I mean, if I'm nerding out, like if it's all pure nerdery, well, then probably Ghostbusters just be ridiculous after a while, right? Like you'd be just like,
it would, yeah.
This
I mean, because I'm sure somebody would put the, put the sound in there, and
Right.
with
Plus
the Night Riders, if the Night Riders light would go back and forth, that would be
cool.
That would put a big check mark in its list.
Yeah, and it's an okay car. It's a very 80s car, though.
Yeah.
Like
I think I'd still pick the Back to the Future replica. I think that would be fun to drive around town.
Yeah.
And James Bond would be my second choice, really, the Aston Martin.
Yeah, and you get all kind. If you've got the Dukes of Hazzard one, like generally you get all kinds of shit for having that flag.
That would
on
be,
the top.
yeah. I mean, and not because I wasn't a fan of Dukes of Hazzard, but that would be my least. That would be the lowest pick on the list. Like, do I have to drive that?
Yeah.
Could I just put that in a storage unit and not drive it anywhere?
Yeah, never do anything with it ever again. Plus, those doors don't open. You got to slide through the windows. That's the deal.
Oh,
on those.
so inconvenient.
Yeah, nobody wants that. I do like the idea of doing giant jumps and having it pause while I'm in the air and a guy describe something cool before the commercial.
How
like
will
that.
Brian Ibbett get out of this one?
He thought he was just getting milk at the local Piggly Wiggly. Tune back in later and find out. All right, Brian, how'd your mystery date go? I heard you had.
Oh, hey, we had a mystery date this last weekend. It was my turn to pick for Tina.
Yeah.
And I found an art space. So we got this great arts district on Broadway. Lots of art spaces, lots of galleries, and funky shops, antique stores, but also kind of like vintage, cool shops and stuff. Dude, I did it up, man. We went to this place called the Spectra Art Space, which is an art gallery that was having this thing going on called Spookadelia, and it's a combination of spooky and psychedelica, but psychedelia. Whatever. I didn't make the name. I just say what it is.
Yeah.
And it was a really cool. We had the whole thing to ourselves. So when you get it for 50 minutes. So they have 10 minutes to clean all the surfaces, the curtains, everything that you would have come in contact with to get it ready for the next person. So there's no social distancing you have to worry about. You wear a mask the whole time. And it was really cool. It was even a little bit of escape roomy because you had a little bit of a puzzle to figure out in one of the rooms, and some really amazing artwork that I kind of just wanted to buy right then and there. It's really cool.
Nice.
After that, we went to a store that's called 5280s, because 5280 is Mile High and we're Mile High City, but then it's all 80s stuff. And I mentioned this on FilmSack. This place had every toy, trading card pack, doll, action figure, whatever.
Is it vintage stuff or new stuff?
All vintage stuff. Yeah, I actually asked the lady. I said, so the cancel. I said, so are their companies still making ALF trading cards? She's like, no, these are all boxes of trading cards that we've gotten a hold of that we're reselling. Like these are all original from the 80s trading cards. And they are every single weird property that you can think of. Like there are other obvious ones, right? Like Star Wars cards and Star Trek cards and things like that. But then you've got Baby, that movie about the dinosaur, the little baby brontosaurus, that had a whole trading card series you could get.
Did it really? Jeez.
Yes.
Some
Like
low-hanging
New Kids
fruit
on the
there.
Block, and Heart has a trading card series.
Wow.
And
Wait,
this
the
place
band,
is
the band Heart has.
the band Heart has trading cards.
I forgot how pervasive that is. Still that way, or is it not that way anymore? Like, can you? If I go right
No.
now, can I get a Justin Bieber deck, or what's the deal?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if trading cards are even still that much a thing, you know.
Let's see.
But it was usually like Jedi's asking about how much. It's like $2 to $3 a pack of cards, and the stale hard stick of bubblegum smell in that section of the store was strong enough to permeate my mask. Like I was like, oh wow, I can just smell the stale bubblegum that comes in each of these packs.
Yeah. It makes you. Does it make you worry a little bit when you can smell the smell of trading cards through your mask, but you're hopeful that that COVID-19 can't make it in or out of your mask. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean the mask, the it's more if the trading cards were wearing masks themselves. They'd prevent a lot more of their smell.
Right, you increase your chances doubly by both of you wearing them. You increase your chances,
yes.
Yeah.
The mask does help you on receiving, but it also helps more with the sending out your virus-laden droplets.
100% there are Justin Bieber trading cards, by the way.
All right, did you find some?
Yep,
okay, there
I
you
did.
Go.
It's a thing. Apparently they're for everybody. So
there was a Garfield phone. There was a Spider-Man phone I didn't realize existed. Like you mount it on the wall and it's Spider-Man hanging down, like he's crawling the wall down, and you pick up the phone. Hello, Spider-Man.
This sounds like a date you would have liked.
Tina said when we went in there that this was on her list of places to take me for mystery date.
Nice.
Toss across. I mean, everything that you can think of from the 80s, they had it there. And I walked out there only spending $25. I'm really proud of myself.
That's pretty good.
Then we went to a place called Fashionation, which if you're in Denver and you've never been there, I'd never been there before. I've driven past it, and I wish I would have gone there sooner. Man, that place is so cool. It's a new clothing store, and they just have really, really cool clothes and shoes. And I'm not a clothes guy. I'm not, as you can tell, I'm wearing a friggin', Atari
t-shirt and jeans kind of guy like me.
T-shirt.
Sure.
But I bought a really cool deco, not Art Deco, but like lounge shirt that's kind of like your tiki lounge kind of looking shirt.
Nice.
Really, really cool. And they had Doc Martens, like the biggest selection of Doc Martens I've ever seen, except for being in the UK. But,
only Doc
really cool.
Marten himself has more Doc Martens. Let me ask you this. So Fashion Nation, obviously it's a play on words because it's both Fashion Nation, like the nation of fashion, and Fascination, right?
Right.
How
exactly.
clever. How
so
clever
many
of them.
levels.
That's very clever.
Totally. It's a portmanteau and a sound-alike.
Yeah. Well done, guys.
And when I bought that Tiki Lounge shirt, I kept it on because our last stop of the night was a place called Adrift, and it's a Tiki Lounge here in Denver. And I'm sorry, Golden Tiki and Frankie's Tiki Room in Las Vegas. This place has the best food. It's
really?
Like, we had a poo-poo platter that was so freaking fantastic. Everything you'd want on there: pork, the Hawaiian rolls, ribs, duck legs or duck wings. Oh, so good.
That all sounds good. I would eat all of that now.
A couple rum drinks, and it was just the best. So we had a great little mystery date.
Nice.
Time, and now the pressure's off me.
Now the pressure's off. Now try to one up that corn maze there, sister. Hey, look who it is joining us. It's Brian Dunaway, all the way from South Carolina. Hello, Brian.
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian. And now the pressure's on me.
Yeah, now the pressure's on you, sir. Hey, you're not having Delta stuff, right? Or where did that hit? I don't even know. I paid no attention.
Oh,
to the
hi,
news.
Delta. Well, we have had some increase in temperature. We have started seeing a little cool down, and now we are getting rain. Buckets of rain, and today is just overcast.
Yeah. Well,
So, you know.
it's what you get
Delta.
for living in the South. I'm just kidding. All the Southerners, I hope
No,
you're
it's a true
safe.
story. I saw an interesting map the other day that laid out how your region of the United States related to weather-wise to regions in other areas of the world.
Yeah.
That was a pretty interesting little
Yeah,
map.
I'll bet.
I was like,
Look at
oh,
you.
look at that. Those
You know
guys
what?
over there experience the same thing I am.
You know
China.
what? You know what helps stuff like this, or helps you when you're just trying to understand how these things work, is learning more about how it works. Look at Brian teaching us the way, showing us the path.
Learning stuff.
That's right. All right, we got a caller on the line waiting to
only
be a
had a
part of
brain.
Babel Royale. Let's find out who's been waiting. Hi, who's this?
Hey, it's Dwayne out in St. Louis again.
Hey, it's
Bro, baby.
Dwayne in
Oh.
South St. Louis. Wait, Dwayne or Wayne?
Dwayne.
Dwayne. That's so funny because I know another Dwayne in St. Louis.
Maybe you know this one, and you've
Well-
just been thinking it's a separate one.
No, they're two. I know
There
they're
can't be
two.
more than one.
I know they're different guys. I'm 100% sure. Yeah, there can't possibly be two
There
Dwayne.
can't possibly be more than one Dwayne in St. Louis. Come on.
One of them used to live here and was on
What
my
are the
raid
odds?
team for years. So anyway, but that's definitely not you. Anyway, it's good to have you here, Dwayne. We're going to try to win you some prizes today, and Brian's going to explain how, what, and why.
That's right, and I just finished pouring myself some coffee, so now is a good time for me to tell you that I'm going to be giving Scott and Brian a topic, and they're going to go back and forth giving me answers that fit that topic. If one of them gives a wrong answer, a repeated answer, or they take too long to come up with an answer, the win is going to go to the other player. Your job, Dwayne, is to predict who's going to come out on top based on the topic today. You are playing for carryover prizes from last Wednesday, a bag of Kahawa coffee from Kahawa Roasters, Mad Max Fury Road on Voodoo, courtesy of Jesus, and 2 games from Wesley because I added one to the stack, Neoverse and Grid Ultimate Edition.
Ooh, the ultimate edition of Grid. Eh?
Yeah.
The Ultimate
racing
Edition
time.
of Grid.
Nice.
All of that sounds fun and delicious and enjoyable to watch, depending
Yeah.
on which part.
What you're doing at the moment?
Exactly, which part of it you're experiencing.
Yeah.
Topic today comes to us from Jamie. This might go quick, and I'm kind of curious to see how we do.
Oh, no.
There, as of 2019, as of last year, but really this does apply to this year. I double checked, and all these answers do apply to this year as well. There are 10 historical figures that appear on U.S. currency.
Jeez.
Currently minted / produced U.S. currency.
So the current
10
ones with
historical
like
figures.
the bigger, slightly bigger heads and the little line down the side and all that are new money. Money now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, money now.
All right.
There are 10 people right now on my list, and I'm not counting the special edition dollars that came out a couple of years back that had all the presidents, because that would be kind of obvious.
Because it would just turn into us naming the presidents.
Exactly, as well as the quarters that had
All right, we're doing coins. I'm not
famous-
thinking here. Okay.
coins and paper, and there were quarters that had
paper.
what we call it, like landmarks and things like that, that may have inadvertently had a historical figure on them as well. So those don't count. Just currently minted paper money and coins.
And no Canadian money with big holes in it. None of that.
No Canadian money.
Okay.
10 historical figures on this list.
'Cause
So here
y'all,
we
y'all
go.
got holes in your money. Go ahead.
Courtesy of Jamie. Jamie had this one. All right. So, Dwayne, now that you've heard the topic and their comfort level with said topic, who do you want to go first, and who do you think is going to win?
Well, I am going to use my mulligan from last time that I lost.
Oh,
So I'm going to say that Brian is going to win. Scott can go first.
All right. Fair enough.
Okay.
I like this. A listener
Never-
mulligan.
I haven't heard of a contestant using their mulligan. Good for you.
Yeah, nice job. Okay, so we're going to start with me and Brian to win.
Correct.
And so I need to tell you both.
No, you just need to tell me the currency.
Not
I'm,
the-
I'm sorry. You just need to tell me the historical figure.
Okay. Doesn't
not
have
what
to
they appear on.
and not what they match up on. Okay.
Correct.
On currency.
Well, there's a couple of them that are in 2 places, so yeah, currency. I got
Yes.
that part right. I have a story I got to tell you tomorrow about McDonald's and currency. Something happened.
Wow,
Funny.
okay.
Yeah.
McDonald's and currency?
Yeah. It was weird. We had a weird thing
Wow.
happen yesterday.
All right.
Let me tell you about a story about McDonald's and their ice cream machine.
Oh. Wait, go ahead. Tell me about that. What happened?
You can't always be broke, asshole. Every time I go up there.
I love it.
And
This
that-
is just a
and there's-
grievance.
And a kid-sized soft serve is in the Weight Watchers. It's just a couple
It
points. So
is.
it's
That's what I
good.
love getting. It
Yeah,
is like
it's a
they use
good-
non-fat. They use non-fat something. It's supposed to be milk, and every time I go, it's like, sorry, machine's down. It's broken.
I just think that's really funny because your story about the ice cream machine is literally just a grievance that it's always broken.
Can't always be broke.
Because every time.
Oh, I love that.
It's
All
so
right.
true. So true.
Well,
All
let's
right,
just
anyway.
go some, let's get that low-hanging political fruit and get George Washington out of here. Let's get him done.
Sure. Yeah.
What's he
he's
on?
He's on the quarter and the dollar bill, of course, as if you didn't know.
Oh, I don't.
Brian.
I don't have any of those.
He's on the quarter pounder and the dollar bill.
Yeah.
Right.
Brian only works with 20s and 50s.
I only work with Benjamin Franklin.
Ben Franklin. Yes, the $100 bill, Ben Franklin.
$100 bill.
Not much else I can say. All about the Benjamins.
Yeah.
Right
I'll
there.
let the Benjamins.
He was naked a lot with French ladies. We know that. All right. Let's move on then to
Who wouldn't be?
Andrew Jackson.
Sure. Andrew Jackson, the $20 bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like Andrew Jackson.
No, you don't. He's a racist.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I like him in my pocket.
Oh, you like having a few
Yeah, I
of
like
them
it.
around.
I like him in my
Okay.
pocket.
20s,
Yeah. I like having some 20s as well. You know.
Because it's the highest denomination that everywhere will still accept, and they won't say nothing larger than a $20 bill.
That's right. That's right.
Abraham Lincoln.
Okay.
Abraham Lincoln, he's on the penny and the
Yeah,
five.
the $5 bill.
Yeah.
That's right.
The
I
guy
keep forgetting
doing
about the
double duty.
coins. I got to go back and think about those for a minute.
Sure.
I haven't used coins in years.
I know, same. Oh, geez. My brain just went blank. I can't think of any suddenly. Hold on. Yeah, give me. What's the rule here? Hold on. Shut up,
What's the
Scott.
rule here? You give an answer and it has to be correct.
Eisenhower's on something,
Eisenhower's on something.
isn't he? On a coin?
Is that your answer?
Yeah.
Yep. Is that your answer?
Yeah.
Nope.
Wow,
Not
no!
on anything.
Eisenhower is surely on something. How about that? How about that $3 Bill Clinton bill I have in my pocket?
That's a perfect,
No.
perfect
Hey,
denomination.
hey, Scott, have you seen any really good musicals on Disney Plus recently?
Oh, freaking
How about
gosh
some-
dang it.
How does a
Hamilton.
bastard, orphan, son of a whore, and a Scotsman dropped in the middle? Anyway, yes,
Mr. Hamilton?
still Hamilton.
Who did I
Yeah.
miss? What else did I miss?
You're probably thinking of Roosevelt on the dime.
That is what I'm thinking of.
Oh.
Yeah,
Damn it.
Roosevelt,
I can see that.
Eisenhower. Sacagawea still minted on $1 coin, although it's
Interesting.
less for current circulation and more for collectors. Thomas Jefferson, of course, on the nickel as well
Oh,
as his,
Jefferson! Gosh dang it, freaking Jefferson!
Mhm.
Grant on the $50 bill.
Yeah, also a
And they're-
favorite.
And they're still making Kennedy half dollars because I need
Really?
I need those for craps. All right, J.K.
did not know
Grammer
that.
says, wait a sec. The Eisenhower dollar is not still being minted is the problem.
Well, that's the thing, is I could have sworn he had something to do with something, but it sounds
Yeah.
like it's out of.
Now I know
Production.
we discussed the Harriet Tubman. What is it? 20?
Was
Did they
there-
Yes.
discuss? So,
It's
but
been
it
discussed, but it has not come
Yeah,
out.
they want to kick
Okay.
Jackson off there and put Tubman on there.
Yeah,
Yeah, which would be fine with me. Jackson's
be totally
an
fine.
ass.
Yep.
How about
What about the $2 bill? Was
yeah,
it
I was gonna
Jefferson
ask.
on that? I have one of those in
That
my.
shows I guess technically that shows all the founding fathers signing the Declaration of Independence.
Oh,
But who's on the front of that, and why is it not on this list?
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Nick has a bunch of these, but they're not here.
Yeah, those are fun to. Let's see. United States $2 bill has Jefferson on the front as well,
Oh.
and then the back has the Declaration of Independence. being signed.
Yeah, like my dad used to say, you know how you're supposed to say that's a screwy is a $3 bill? My dad would say, that's a screwy is a $2 bill. And we'd say, Dad, there are actual $2 bills. Yeah, I know, but they're kind of screwy. Like his idea was that they were weird and rare, and so therefore they were screwy. And so forget the actual saying you're supposed to say. He made up his own. That was
Right.
that was so my dad.
No, and it is currently being printed as of currently since. So they stopped it from 1966 to 1976, but the Federal Reserve note is still being printed. $2 bill.
And when did the Eisenhower thing end? When did that stop? Just curious.
Yeah, out of curiosity. Let's see here. Eisenhower stopped in 1977.
All right, so in theory, you could have one.
79 when they switched to the Susan B. Anthony dollar.
So still legal tender, but not minting, not
Right.
currently in production. Okay.
Still right, exactly. You can still spend it. They just ain't making any more. So if you have one, save those. And those are nice, big old dollar coins.
Yeah, those are out.
Yeah,
Right?
the more
silver.
real silver in
Exactly.
those things, the better off you are because
Yeah,
you can use that.
Yeah, they
Yep.
have his big old head on there going, oh, hello, I'm a guy.
You guys ever get
Yes,
you guys
I
ever
guess
have a
moving
silver
train
penny?
media. There are 47 people shown in the original portrait on the back of the $2 bill, and I was hoping that they were going to throw that in there as like well, what about these? All of these people.
Yeah, that's true. What
my
about
gosh,
the buffalo
yeah, think about
riding the Indian and the buffalo and the old nickels there? We got to count those guys.
Historical figure, the
Yeah.
buffalo.
The buffalo.
Don't forget the buffalo. We nearly wiped them out. Okay, well done, everybody. That's you know what that means? Oh my gosh, hold on.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
You backed the right horse today, dude. Well done, Dwayne. How do you feel about your choices today?
I feel much better.
Oh, that's
Good.
fantastic.
You've made good choices today. Continue making good choices for the rest of the day.
The irony is,
I'm going to enjoy that coffee.
I have Mad Max Fury Road on every format you can think of. But even hearing that you're going to get this code on Voodoo makes me slightly jealous, even though I already have a version on Voodoo. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? I don't even know.
Do you have it on PSP UMD, Scott?
No, I don't have it on that.
Oh, okay.
Sadly, that was never produced. But
VHS?
no, but I'll bet you somebody figured out a way to copy one on there. And I
Or
could probably get
HD.
it.
Oh my God, you
Yeah,
can
who
easily
knows?
do a VHS. All you gotta do
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
record.
Look,
Right.
if there's a Bieber trading card, I wonder if they're Mad Max trading cards. Hold on.
Oh, there have to be.
Free
As a matter of fact, I think I saw Beyond Thunderdome trading cards there.
Let's see.
But that's Beyond
I
Thunderdome.
remember I've gotten my fair share of trading cards based on intellectual properties
Yeah.
over the years, and I can tell you this: I've never traded any of them with anyone, and I've usually never even gotten through halfway through the deck before I said this is boring. And put it
Yeah.
away.
Listen, is there anybody out there who wants a big collection of World of Warcraft trading cards? Because boy, we were working on the basement this last weekend, and
Yeah.
I have a ton
Yeah.
Right.
that I can't throw them out.
Right.
No.
If they're not made for collecting and battling,
Yeah.
I just don't have much use for them. I can't think of
Right.
a reason.
Right. I mean, it is a card game. Somebody could still play it, but holy cow.
I got this. I think these are Star. Yeah, I have the Star
Oh, is it?
Star Wars ones here with me right now. Look at these old things. Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. Hey, there's Aunt Beru Lars.
Nice.
Check her out, dude. Collectible Aunt Beru.
Wow, nice.
yeah.
The pre-crispy version.
Yeah, these are all very. Yeah, the.
You guys ever used to get?
I don't think they did a version of her all crisped up. I don't think. Not that I know of. What, Brian? What, Dunaway?
Ibit, I was listening earlier, and you was talking about the cheap bubble gum that used to come in
Yeah.
those things. Did you guys ever get the Marvel did this for a while, I believe. They did, I think it was stickers, and they put them in the bread. I don't know if you guys remember
Oh,
those
yeah.
or not.
No.
They
Yes.
slide it down there in the bread,
Totally.
and it always had this weird smell.
I don't know
It was
what
in
that
Wonder
is.
Bread.
It
And,
was.
And we have I would say my uncle has a full collection of those. Of course he does.
Of course.
And it has such a weird smell. It's not
They
quite
do.
bread. Did they cook it in there when they did the bread at the same time?
I think they just, for some reason, that paper maybe it's the stickiness absorbs the smell of the bread.
It's not
Maybe
quite
so.
bread.
Ugh.
I love that. That's a great phrase to hear. It's not quite bread. I don't trust that.
It's not quite bread. I wonder if that's stuff like, I wonder if you can get like a penicillin vaccine from the stickiness on the back of those stickers.
Oh, gosh.
Probably can. Oh, that's the sound we always hear and know. It's time for us to let Dwayne go. Hey, Dwayne, well done. Good job. And don't forget, send Brian an email, coverville@gmail.com. He'll get you your codes. And
Make sure to give us your mailing address for the Kahawa coffee.
Oh, yeah, right. You get a little physical
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. Well done, man. Thanks a lot and have a fantastic day.
Hey, thank you.
See you, man. Bye.
Thank you. Yes. The single source Colombian in my cup today.
Ooh, that's
Single source. Oh, that's
Colombian.
yeah. That's not that
You
blend
don't want
trash.
it from a bunch of different sources. You want like
You don't want that
ones-
blend
yeah.
trash. Yeah,
I want
if
it
you're
all
a
from
real
the same
coffee
tree.
snob,
Yeah, we know.
All
what's
from the
up.
same
Right.
bean is what I want.
Yeah,
it's according to what you want and what time of the year you want it, my friend.
damn straight.
That's right.
Speaking of things you want and when you want them, today, 3:30 Mountain Time, The Boop Show will be on. Me and Brian Dunaway, knocking out a video game podcast that we enjoy making, so hopefully you enjoy listening to. If you haven't checked it out before, you're insane. Go check it out at frogpants.com/boop.
You should check yourself into the insane asylum.
You're
Yeah.
crazy.
You're weird, but it's great, and you can get it everywhere you get your podcast, and I highly recommend it. And it's live at 3:30 Mountain Time if you'd rather catch it that way. So come check us out then. Brian Dunaway, anything else you want to add?
Wow, yes, we're watching Gremlins 2 this weekend for Film Sack, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, we
Yeah.
are. I
It's
can finally shut up about Gremlins 2.
Shut up.
I'm as excited as you are about it. I really,
I almost watched it last night, and that is rare for me to watch something a week in advance on Film Sack because I don't want to be cold on it by the time we start.
Yeah.
I almost did it anyway.
That's why I have to do like night before or day before, or I'm screwed. I forget too many things. So yeah, this weekend, check it out, and it's all part of Sacktober. Do nothing but Halloween haunty movies all week or all month, and this last week was The Car, which is this weird 70s thing you should watch. and then and the final one will be Poltergeist, the original Poltergeist, which we're very excited about. That'll be
Child's
on-
Play wedged in there as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, I forgot Child's Play in between.
Putting Chucky right in there.
Yep.
Gremlins, Chucky, Poltergeist.
Poltergeist, finally. So that's all happening. Filmsack.com. Brian Dunaway, everybody. Kiss our butts. Goodbye.
Not kiss our butts goodbye.
No. Kiss your
Just
legs.
kiss our butts,
Goodbye,
period. Goodbye.
Or something. All right. What time is it? We got time for one news story here. It's time for the news, brought to you by nothing.
Brought to you by soundography.com. Go check it out. New episode going up later today.
Oh, that's perfect. I'm glad you had something, because I had nothing. There's a new Fred and Can up if you want to go read that.
There you go.
Fredandcan.com.
Brought to you by that as well.
Yeah, up every Monday. All right, Baby Shark. You know the song, Baby Shark. That
Yes,
thing?
totally.
You're familiar with the fine American song that eventually became a hit in Korea, and then
The only thing that finally wedged that song out of my head as an earworm is Starfleet from last week.
that's pretty bad too.
Pretty
Well,
bad.
Baby Shark, the kid song, is getting used to bully jail inmates. So 2 former detention officers and their supervisor were charged Monday after investigation found inmates of the Oklahoma County Jail were forced to listen to the popular children's song Baby Shark on a loop at loud volumes for extended periods of time. At least 4 inmates were subjected to the, quote, inhuman discipline in an attorney visitation room of the jail last November and December, according to the charge. The inmates were forced to stand the entire time, hands cuffed behind them, and secured to the
jeez.
wall while they blared this song at them. It seems kind of hardcore. Say they were subjected to inhuman discipline. Oh, I read that. Charged were Gregory Cornell Butler Jr., age 21 of Edmond, Christian Charles Miles, 21 of Oklahoma City, and Christopher Raymond Hendershot, age 50 of Wellston. That sounds to me like old guy who's been around for a while, doing dirty shit a long time, suckered a couple of 21-year-olds into some gnarly business. Because look,
Exactly.
50 and then 21, come on, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, he should know better, and he should not let these young whippersnappers talk him into some bad ideas.
Yeah, I'm annoyed.
Or vice versa.
District Attorney David Prater charged them with the misdemeanor counts of cruelty to a prisoner and conspiracy. It was an
It's a
unfortunate
misdemeanor, misdemeanor, misdemeanor,
report
misdemeanor.
to court next week. Everything that this case has, they should do it all to this sound of that song.
And it's too bad we've lost Dunaway, because then he'd go baby shark doo 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 doo.
Or do 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 or whatever. He did the weirdest.
I thought it was he did it to Mana Mana.
Did he?
Do 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 do.
I have that file. Let's just
Do you
hear
have
it
it?
for fun. Baby Shark. Yeah, here it is. Brian Dunaway doing Baby Shark. Enjoy. I'm going to play this.
Baby shark.
I think playing that over and over for them would be cruel and unusual
Oh,
punishment.
yeah. Just put that on loop. Oh, my gosh. That is cruel and unusual. Anyway, it says that it was unfortunate that I could not find a felony statute to fit this fact scenario, says Prater. I would have preferred filing a felony on this behavior. DA said the legislature definitely took a look at making a change to the law. Butler and Miles are accused of imposing the rogue discipline, and Hendershot, a lieutenant, is accused of knowing about it and doing nothing to stop it. Okay, so maybe he just stood by. I don't know.
Yeah.
At the time, Sheriff P.D. Taylor was in charge of jail operations. A trust took over the jail July 1st. What does that mean? A trust.
I don't know. A trust. So in other words, instead of it being privately, or instead of Sheriff Taylor, being in charge of this jail, it was taken over by a board, a group to manage.
I love that Sheriff Taylor's involved.
Sheriff Taylor. That's great. I
It's
think if
pretty
your last
great.
name's Taylor, you're predestined to be a sheriff.
That's right. And if your name's Taylor or any other name, you're now going to enjoy a song, because Brian's going to play one for our break. When we come back, Bill will be here. We'll also have some time with Steven Schleicher talking major spoilers. That's all coming up after this. Brian, what song are we playing today?
We are playing a song today from a band called Record Thieves. Oh no, Record Thieves. They have a brand new album coming out called Wasting.
Now that we are living at Woburn,
Do visit us.
drive through the animal kingdom,
See our famous tigers.
see our bongo.
Bongo, the only bongo in England.
Please come to Woburn any day.
The morning stream. They mostly come in the morning. Mostly.
All right, we're back, everybody. Welcome back to the program. A little Fallout Boyish, that band there.
Yeah, definitely pretty yellow card. I saw a lot in the chat room. And yes, confirmed they did form here in Denver, but yeah, we had a couple members from Arizona and Brooklyn and stuff like that. So,
Can I just say real quick, once in a while I like to just mention a band I think is overrated. I'd like to mention an overrated band, if you don't mind.
please do. Yes.
Panic at the Disco, totally overrated.
Oh, I disagree.
Don't like them. Not into
I like
it.
Brandon Uris's voice a lot, and I think their 9 in the afternoon, which is a subtle homage to ELO's Mr. Blue Sky, is a fantastic song.
I wish I liked them. Can't get into it. But I can get into the following thing we're going to do now, which I got to play
Sure.
this for.
Your bat cave's open there, Bill.
You know what's weird is I just watched that episode of King of the Hill last night, and when it came on and played that clip, it was weird because I play it so much here. It was just like, oh my gosh, freaking, we play it on Mondays. Anyway, hey, look who it is. It's Bill Duran joining us as he does every Monday. The man all about making things. Bill, what's going on?
Good morning, friends.
Nice to see
Good
you.
morning.
How the heck are you?
I'm doing pretty good. We've got a brand new video up on our YouTube channel that we made for everyone to go watch.
Whoa. Tell
Cool.
me more about your video. What did you make this week? What's going on?
So Brittany and I teamed up and we made a helmet out of EVA foam. I know, shocking, right? This is an example from our new book, Foamsmith 3. So in the book, we've got 3 example projects. They all come with free patterns to download. And we took one of those projects. We went ahead and made a whole video for it so that people can follow along with the build.
Nice.
Oh, these are gorgeous.
Yeah, these are pretty.
God, the blue one's amazing. This almost like the one on the right. Well, even I guess the one on the left too, on the thumbnail of the video, reminds me of the Mandalorian stuff that you guys did last year. Was there some influence on that?
Well, the design. Let's
Mhm.
talk a little bit about the design.
Yeah.
This was designed by my buddy Ben, who's a friend from college and a really fantastic illustrator. It's an original design, but it's inspired by the dwarves from Lord of the Rings.
Mhm.
It just so happens that sort of visor pattern is also very similar to the Mandalorian one.
Well, that and there was one of the Mandalorian designs that came out earlier that you guys had on your site earlier that had that third, like the two side things, but then the third piece that goes up the middle above the nose, the kind of the third block. Unless I'm just completely Mandela affecting the Mandalorian.
Mandalorian affecting it, yes.
Yes, Mandalorian affecting it.
That could be. It's also kind of similar to like Judge Dredd. Dredd's got that thing going down the front of his face. Yeah, a lot of helmets have stuff like that.
Magneto. I'm just saying that middle piece I hadn't seen before until this year.
Let me ask you a question. So I'm watching you guys at the point where you're doing cookie cutter version, cutting out all the main shapes. And it does remind me of cookie cutting, by the way, where you're trying to use maximum dough to get the job done. But you guys leave. Oh, now she's doing it. So maybe this is going to answer my own question. But you guys leave a little bit of space, a little bit of border, so you can go fine tune the cut. And you use the saw. She's using a knife. What's preferable? Is there even a preference, or is it just whatever you feel like doing?
We try to show both techniques. Most people don't have a bandsaw in their house. I have 3 right now, question mark. I prefer using a bandsaw because the cuts are perfectly perpendicular, and I'm pretty quick at it. But we also show cutting it out with a knife so that folks at home can get that example as well.
Nice. All right, sorry, go ahead. That just seemed like an interesting thing to note because I'm watching her do it. Oh, there's something satisfying about that knife cutting through your foam. Oh man.
Yeah, and the key to that is making sure that the knife is very sharp. So we frequently will stop to sharpen the knife, and it's like I said, I prefer the bandsaw, but it is totally possible to do all of this work with just a sharp knife.
Nice.
So from that design that we got from my buddy Ben, I made a set of 2-dimensional patterns. They're free to download. They go along with the video. So folks at home can download those patterns, print them out, and use them to trace out all the different pieces that you assemble to make the pattern or to make the helmet. And I encourage folks to give it a try too. This would be a really great project to get started with. If you're looking to get into foam smithing. Now, for this particular one, like I said, my buddy Ben designed it, but the one that we made, I went and changed up the design a little bit. So there's some of the design elements, like the pattern on the front horn piece there, that they're not structural. You can change them up to look any way that you want and mix it up a little bit. So I actually went through I have all of the art books from The Hobbit, and they have tons and tons of photos of all the really cool dwarven armor that they made for The Hobbit. They made, for each dwarf, they made 2 or 3 different sets of armor. So they have like their functional going out to fight armor. They have like their ceremonial armor. There are a ton of really good examples, all the different sort of dwarven type designs. So I took some of those bits that I liked and made a new set of designs for the more decorative parts of the helmet. And I made a pattern for those too. They're included in the download if people want to go and give that one a try. So one of the cool things about making a helmet like this is that you can use the pattern I've made to sort of make the base of the helmet that you can wear on your head. That's the real hard part to figure out. And then all the decorative stuff, you can go freestyle it, come up with your own design, make it look all cool and wacky. You could make it look like it's a mashup between a dwarven helmet and a Mandalorian if you wanted to. You can totally do that.
Way to bring it back.
Yeah.
to me.
In fact, I hope that's something that people do.
That'd be so cool. Yeah, it is. It's gorgeous, and I love kind of the Egyptian looking elements on these. I found the video that I was thinking of. It was the 500,000 Mando helmet community build one that has the Mandalorian helmet, or that has the Boba Fett helmet, and the and actually one of these, the one your buddy designed on the right there.
Oh yeah.
So cool. We had a question in the chat room about where you currently get your foam. I know you can get it from the was it Sally Beauty? Not Sally Beauty.
Joanne's.
Joanne Fabrics. You can get the
Sally's
Babayan, the
Yeah. There's a bunch of cool like suppliers in the United States. There's a bunch in Europe as well. In the States, we have Yaya Han's foam at Joann's, which you
Yaya
can.
Han, so I was thinking of.
Yeah. You can order that from them. TNT Cosplay Supply sells foam on their website. And then Blick Art sells our buddy Steve's foam. It's called HD Foam. You can get that on their website as well.
So is anything on the? I'm looking at Amazon right now. Is any of this stuff any good? Because there's tons of listings, but I don't know if any of this stuff.
I haven't tried using any of that type of foam. I'm friends with all the people I just listed, and they send me foam all the time. So that's what I use, and I can tell you that it is all very good.
Yeah, good foam.
And you can order all of it online, which is fabulous.
Yeah, that's very cool. Oh yeah, they have some. Some of the stuff looks pretty decent in Amazon's listing, but anyway, yeah. So that's good. That's good to know where you got to get your foam from. How does one? Okay, this is gonna seem like a weird question, but how does one get a good bandsaw? Like, what do you? Are you brand dedicated in that regard? Is there a brand of bandsaw that you love, and you're like, man, you got to get that one?
No, I'm not a brand loyalist with bandsaws. I have this. You don't need a giant bandsaw, although if you can afford it, go ahead and get one.
Yeah.
But I have a smaller 9-inch one that's a desktop model. It's not too terribly loud. I think it's made by the company Skill, but there's a bunch of them available. Just look at, if you're gonna buy one, look at the reviews, make sure it's not total crap, and and just buy one. Mine was like 120 or 130 bucks new, so it wasn't too pricey, and it was totally worth it because I use that thing all the time.
Yeah, there's one by a company called
Amazon.
Yeah, the way you look at the Wen one, Brian, the WEN.
Yeah,
brand.
$132 for the 9-inch. Yeah,
that'll do everything you need it to do. And if you're only cutting foam on it, then it'll last forever because it doesn't take a lot of effort.
Well, I'm all into whatever takes a little effort, is what I'm thinking.
Yes.
This is great.
In the video, Brittany and I teamed up to build it together. It's been really fun. The last couple projects we've done, we've tried to do together on camera. It's just been really fun making projects with my wife.
Yeah.
And then we just split up the work. So like most of the work is just cutting out pieces and gluing them together. So we'd like pass the camera back and forth and film one another gluing foam together. And it was really fun.
That's awesome. This photo I put of you, the snapshot I put of you in our Discord, it's before you've done any clamping down or anything. And for some reason, I'm getting kind of a Juggernaut vibe out of it. Like, just,
yeah, right. Yeah, total Juggernaut.
I can see that. Oh, totally. The way the way it kind of just goes straight down to your shoulders and eliminates your neck.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You could ram through a wall and destroy the X-Men for good. Well done. All right. Well, this is great. Go check it out. The latest video's up. It's on punishprops.com, of course, in their latest video section, or you can just go straight to the YouTube channel and check it out there. Subscribe if you're not, because always good stuff coming out of there. Bill, what's your bonus link this week?
Oh, I've got a really fun video that our friend Laura Kampf put together. She likes to repurpose stuff. So she found an old broken coffee grinder that was broken, and she repurposed it and rebuilt it using a motor. So it's got like a bike chain on it to drive the grinder. It's very industrial looking. It's super cool. So she made a coffee grinder made from trash.
Oh, that's cool. So it actually works now. She's grinding real coffee and not just having it in the trash.
That's so cool.
I guess I just described what you said. That's fantastic.
Yeah, this motor is for me. By the way, what kind of prop materials can one get at a Sally Beauty?
Oh, geez. Maybe some popsicle sticks? I don't know.
Oh, that's true. They have where you smear
hair dye, yeah.
Yeah, you smear on the wax or whatever. Oh, that makes sense. My wife goes there for all sorts of things, just not UVA
wigs.
foam.
Yeah, good point. All right, wigs, great.
Yeah, there you go. Very cool. Oh, she calls it Lost Grounds.
Lost and Ground.
Oh, Lost and
Pretty
Ground.
good.
That's great. That's really great. All right, go check that out. And Bill, I want you specifically to have a fantastic week, and we'll see you next Monday.
Bye-bye.
Bye now. Okay, there he goes.
Cool.
incoming. Major spoilers.
Rainbow Bright says Sally Beauty is hair supplies. Well, yeah, I may not have any, but I have gone with Tina when she's gone, and it's right next door to the freaking Joanne Fabrics.
Yeah, there's often ours is next to a Michaels, so it just
yes,
happens.
exactly. It's all part of that same thing. Yes.
Yeah, it's let's put it this way: it's one of those places my wife likes to go that I don't. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just sit in the car and play Gardenscapes on my iPhone.
Boom.
Take as much time as you need.
Whatever you need, babe. Get the right color. Good luck.
Steven.
Welcome to the program. Monday's own Steven Schleicher from Majorspoilers.com and the outskirts of Hays, Kansas. Joins us on Mondays, talks about the world of nerdity and comics and movies and other cool things going on. What's going on there, Steven?
Oh, not a whole lot.
Yeah.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning.
Nice to see you. You're very presentable today with your voice. You're very,
thank you.
I like that a lot. Hey, boy, could you believe the crowds at that New York Comic-Con last weekend?
Ooh.
Wow, that was oh wait,
what a turnout.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, here's the thing. This past weekend, we would have had a big celebration of basically wrapping up the big convention season that starts in March, April, and runs through October, where we have big conventions, the New York Comic-Con, the Chicago Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, Emerald City, and so many more. But because of COVID this year, so many conventions were canceled, or so many of them went and did a different take on the convention.
Right.
San Diego Comic-Con did all their panels virtually. Most, if not all of those, were pre-recorded and then just released at specific times on the San Diego Comic-Con site. Same way with the DC Fandom. DC said, well, we'll do our own thing. And I think they did a pretty good job at ramping up the production quality of many of those panels. And then this weekend was the New York Comic-Con, where, again, they went virtual with everything. Now, I don't know how many of these were live, but most of them, to me, appeared like they were pre-recorded. And, mixed results. I mean, I see some panels had like 19,000 people have watched the video. Others, 144,000 people have watched the video. So, that's a lot of people that can show up to watch an event. And, of course, it's all asynchronous, so you don't have to worry about long lines or crowds or, those kinds of things. You just have to worry about bandwidth and your own internet connection going down. I guess, fortunately, we will be able to go back to physical conventions in the future.
Yeah.
But I just wonder in the short term if doing it this way is a good idea or a bad idea. Because if I were a publisher, seeing how easy some of this does, why do I have to partner up with a New York Comic-Con or a San Diego Comic-Con to get this done when I can just put this all up on my own YouTube channel and make people aware of it there and get more people to embed this stuff on sites and stuff? So
actually, I have a take on this. Like, when those come around again, and they will, when crowds can be at a thing, whatever, it may change a little, but for the most part, I think this stuff comes back and it'll be fine. What I hope happens, though, because there's for me, it's not a binary choice of either that or all presented the way it is currently.
Oh yeah.
For me, it's like, well, why don't you do both? Why don't you have? You're going to always have people that want to be there and going to cosplay, and they're going to have art tables and do all the stuff you do at a Comic-Con and a comic convention. You're going to have stage stuff. All those things still have to happen or should happen in that way. But why not also package this stuff up in these more presentable? I've been saying this about the video game stuff since there was no E3, no GDC, none of that stuff. And as a result, fans have still gotten all the content, and we've gotten it much easier to swallow bites, minus all of the potential for issues if it's live. Like, I really like it. I like this form of information dissemination for the stuff I'm into.
Yes.
But I also think I think that can coexist. I think what I hope comes out of this is, yay, we're returning to in-person stuff, but also check this out online because we're going to do all this other stuff too. I don't see any reason why they can't do both, and I don't think it's cost prohibitive.
You can do a video panel. So you have people in Hall H or wherever, right? They go and they sit down, they watch the thing that we're all getting to watch on YouTube, and then the cast members come out and talk further about it, right? So you've got this combination of what you can see at home and then what you can get as a draw to a convention.
Yeah.
I think one of the, we've talked about this for years, that I kind of wish that more conventions would put the cameras into the room and just stream their panels live from the convention. I mean, we did it for Nerdtacular for however many years, and that worked out great. Worked out
BlizzCon
fine.
does it? Yeah.
Yeah. But for some reason, the Comic-Cons, I don't know if it's they fear that if people can just stay home, they'll stay home and watch it. And so I think that's the big,
I'm sure
the big
that's
holdup.
it. Yeah,
certainly
it'd be a money loss for them for people who can only see this by going to a thing.
But see, I think
and
they're
certainly
wrong.
for San Diego Comic-Con, they do release some of their stuff, but usually it's 24 to 48 hours after a particular panel so that the people that go to the show get their exclusives. But I'm just wondering how many companies are going to start looking and saying, well, we could spend $100,000 to go to these, shows to set up the panels, or we could spend, $120 and have everybody turn on their webcams and just do this thing ourselves and reach more people.
You're basically describing why Nintendo started doing their directs and stopped doing E3 pressers years and years ago, because they were like, well, it's costing us millions of dollars to present the way everyone else is. What if we did our own thing and did it in this format and still had whatever presence we need to have? Is we're less and less of one, but more, whatever presence we need to have at E3, but really most of this stuff we control. We make video, we put it out, and we announce stuff, and it worked. Like, it worked, and it really worked for Nintendo. Like, that's what people expect now out of them, and nobody wants a live thing from them anymore. And this year, Microsoft and Sony were forced into a position of having to do a lot of that as well, and that also worked out pretty well. Even and that's with COVID restrictions and all sorts of problems with, like, you can't ever have everybody in one place to even make these productions, and it still worked out pretty well. So I think if somebody at New York Comic Con's like, well, if we release the panels or do them live, people won't come and sit in the seats. I don't think that's the case.
Well, here's the thing: 144,000 people have watched the Boys cast interview Amazon Prime Video on the New York Comic Con website.
Right.
There's not a single space in the Javits Center that would seat 144,000 people.
Yeah, what
in
are you
one
gonna
go.
get? What's your max? Maybe 20,000 or something.
I think the at San Diego Hall H, I think seats around 5,000 people, maybe a little bit more than that. So that's really kind of the biggest you could probably get. I'm probably off on the Hall H, but I'm pretty sure it's around 5,000 people.
Well, and they could also monetize this better. Like someone in the chat brought up BlizzCon, and it's totally true. BlizzCon is a thing that they sell out of tickets immediately. They're gone. Everybody goes. They're now at maximum capacity. You're done. But then they sell these $49 virtual tickets, and everybody gets access to all of the streams, all of the stuff, everything, in any order they want, and they can get it in archives and live and whatever,
and watch it for the next 60 days afterwards. And
do some of that. Like,
totally,
the fandom will accommodate. I really don't think it's a concern.
I just question whether some of these conventions are maybe still way behind the times. If they're still living in the heydays of the 90s and are very hesitant to change. Certainly you see a lot of them scrambling this year, but I wonder how many of them will just so quickly just go back to the way things used to be.
Yeah, I'd be really curious. That is one of the things, the sort of the social experiment part of all of this, when we're not thinking of the doom and gloom of it, but the actual, like, how does this alter what we thought, or, how we used to run a certain thing or whatever. I'm fascinated by that. Like, I really do want to know how it's going to go, but, I mean, who knows? I mean, do you think a year from now there's a regular New York City Comic-Con? Do you think that's a thing?
I think it depends on when we get a vaccine and when that vaccine proves to be more than 75% effective. And I think at that point, then you will see people being very comfortable. So I have no idea what conventions look like for the next year. We do know that Broadway has said not until 2021, May of 2021, before they start anything. So, I think we're going to look at May, June. So that's already next year's San Diego Comic-Con that could be impacted by this. So I don't know. I think it really boils down to how safe do people feel. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the convention should shut down and publishers should just go this way, because one of the great things about going to a convention is the fan experience, where you get to interact with creators, where you get to go buy original art, where you get to show off your costumes, where you get to go buy bubblegum cards there, Brian, where you get to buy all the little knickknacks that you can do. But at the same time, I saw so many people say, oh, I got all the Funko Pops that I needed because of this New York Comic Con special that they were having. Whereas if you went to an actual con, you'd have to wait hours and hours in line, and maybe you wouldn't even get it if they sold out. So, there's an experience about going to a convention sitting in a panel where someone's just running down their solicitations for the coming months is not, in my opinion, super worthwhile. That being said, Brian, did you sit down and watch all 30 minutes of the MODOK panel?
I watched 20 minutes of the MODOK panel, which I'm so glad they started off with video from the show.
Yeah.
Because I had no idea that this thing was going to be like Robot Chicken kind of development. Really dig it. Super
Some
cool.
really cool stop motion animation in this thing. Some good voice cast in this. But yeah, it feels very much like Robot Chicken meets the Venture Brothers.
Is it stop motion? What's the style of animation? 3D or what is it?
It's stop motion in the vein of like Robot Chicken. And if you watch, like if there's some close-ups on MODOK's head when he's talking, and you can see that they've got the modeled head, and then his mouth is, they have several different mouths that they just swap in, as opposed to moving mouths like with clay and stuff like that. I mean, it's pretty common. Like Nightmare Before Christmas did that with Jack's
I see.
head. There were like the 50 different versions of Jack's head for when he was talking.
Sure.
But I want to print it. I want to 3D print that MODOK that they're using for this, and have my own little set of mouths that I
think this looks fantastic. I'm looking at it now for the first time. I'm just looking at some of the animation, but
it looks really cool. I mean, this is an example of a panel that I think worked really well, because not only did you have the voice actors and producers and people who are part of the show in that, they showed you, here are some clips of the show, where other panels, if this were a live panel, they might say, well, we're going to show you a couple of clips, or we'll show you, the first episode or whatever. But they also showed a bunch of behind the scenes stuff of them making the show and how the show was made. So it actually had some stuff that maybe they wouldn't have been able to show, or may have been hesitant to show at a convention, a traditional convention panel.
Is it? And wasn't this in limbo for a bit? Like there was some talk of it not happening or canceled or something was going on, right?
Yeah, because there were a few of these. I think they were all Hulu shows, some of which are still happening, but like.
Well, now Disney owns 100% of Hulu, right? So I mean, they can kind of.
But Tigra Dazzler or whatever it was got canceled.
Cloak and Dagger has been
Cloak and
shuttered.
Dagger's gone. Runaways I think is probably done. But
it's done.
But I mean, some of these were in the same. I think What If is still happening.
Yes, but I think that's a Disney Plus show.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
The reason
also
this is
isn't. Oh no, you're right.
No, this is on Hulu.
It's Hulu because it's supposed to be sort of adult, right? Like it's kind of I don't know how adult. I didn't.
Oh,
watch
it's
the
pretty
panel.
adult.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, there's some bloody violence that, if you watch a couple of those clips, somebody's getting their arm blown off. There's some infidelity questions that pop up in places.
See, this is what Hulu's for Disney now. Hulu is the place they can put their stuff that's a little on the naughty side while they keep the Disney Plus nice and squeaky clean over there.
Right.
So that's fine. I'm just looking forward to it, actually. It looks pretty neat. I wasn't sure about the style till I saw it moving. Now I like it. So watch for it. MODOK coming out. When does that come out? Do we know?
I don't know when it comes out.
All right. Well, at least we know they're committed here. Like this is them saying, "Yep, this is happening. This show is coming out. No more limbo. No more talk of cancellation. You're getting it. Awesome. I'm looking forward to it. All right. As always, things are always great coming out of your mouth, Stephen. What other things are coming out of your mouth over at Major Spoilers right now that people should be checking out?
All sorts of great things that we have going on over at Major Spoilers. If you're looking for some comic book recommendations for the spooky Halloween season, the new installment of So You Want to Read Comics is out this week, and Jonathan is recommending a couple of comics that feature ghosts as the primary story element in their trade. So you can go check that out over at majorspoilers.com.
Very nice. What's your favorite horror comic? Do you have one?
My favorite horror comic.
Because I'm looking for.
I don't know. Creepy comics are really good. The old classic creepy comics are really, really good.
Yeah.
If you can go get those.
Yeah.
The IDW sells collections of those, and they're really good if you want to see pre-code and just passcode horror comics.
Yeah.
Lots of violence stuff in there.
Yeah.
I think those are really a lot of fun.
Nice.
Swamp Thing is good too. The most recent Animal Man series kind of has some very creepy elements in it that people might want to check out.
Yeah, I would also argue Immortal Hulk is kind of weirdly horror.
Yes, it very much dives into horror. And there is also, if you're into vampires, Scott Snyder's American Vampire just had another series launched this past week. American Vampire 1976, I believe, is the title on that one. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't read that before, that series yet. But if you've read American Vampire, which we have in the past, it's actually a very fascinating series.
Yeah, who publishes that?
That is,
DC Vertigo.
Yeah, it's DC Vertigo. Yeah. Some other horror comics that are always good. Lock and Key is a really good one. There is also Cullen Bunn's The Sixth Gun, and what's the other one that we just recently reviewed? Harrow County is all about spooky times in the 1920s in nice. I wouldn't say Louisiana specific, but it does feel very much that way. County, dealing with haints and specters and all sorts of creepy crawly things.
I'm into it. I also want to read the Snyder thing because I really like Scott Snyder and want to check that out.
And the artist is really fantastic as well.
His name is Raphael Albuquerque. Yeah, and he's good. So real quick, that DC service that's supposed to be coming soon, the new $7 a month thing. When did you tell us when that was? When is that? Because I'm sick of waiting. What's going on?
January.
Boo!
But so here's the thing. There's something very interesting. I was going to wait maybe another couple of weeks to see what other kind of movement we are going to see happen with this. So you can get Marvel Unlimited, which of course you get to read, all the Marvel comics that you want. New comics are 6 months late. New stuff cycles in and out. Yeah. DC is basically doing the same thing. Yeah. Comixology Originals is doing kind of the same thing, but several weeks ago, Archie Comics announced that they were going to go digital day and date for Comixology Originals for all their stuff. So you don't have to wait 6 months to get the Archie comics.
Wow.
And when that happened, a lot of people were speculating, I wonder when other publishers are going to start doing the same thing. And today, Kodansha Comics, which is manga and manga-related comics, they announced they're also going day and date with the Comixology or Unlimited. So people might want to be checking out Comixology Unlimited and keeping an eye on that, because I guarantee you, if Kodansha, which is a huge manga comics publisher, Archie Comics, I can understand them. They're a small publisher. But if you see Dark Horse and Boom or IDW or Dynamite jump on this Comixology Unlimited, that basically means you're going to see DC and Marvel jump onto that as well.
Yeah, and probably Image
and so the
stuff.
Comixology Unlimited might be the way to go.
Yeah, I'm there now. So I that sounds great. I would love to see that service improve and more stuff be added, because that's where I kind of get my third-party stuff. And some DC and some Marvel, but it's always limited compared to, like I'll read part of Old Man Logan and go, oh, they're done here. The rest are on wish list, and that's no good. And then I'll realize, oh, wait, I'll bet that whole series is on Marvel's thing. And I go check, and sure enough, there it is, the whole thing. So I'll read it there. But anyway, I'm just in the mood right now for some DC, man. They got to get that going. Freaking January.
Yep.
That's stupid.
It's January is when that'll happen.
Well, if I sign up for the thing they still have, which is their universe thing, DC Universe thing, that gives me the comics side of it, right?
I believe so. I haven't been over there in a while.
Okay. Because I wonder if I could do that and then just when it cancels out.
I'm logging in right now, and I can tell you if I can still get, except our privacy policy. Yeah, there's all sorts of comic books that you can read over there.
All right, I may check that out, because like 7-day trial plus.
It's the same. It's the same price if you get. It's that $75 a year or the $7.99 a month.
Yeah, and then they're just gonna switch it over, right?
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. In fact, everybody who currently has a DC Universe subscription, it's going to be totally comics, and that's basically what it is right now.
All right, I think I'm down with that. I don't have the pain and anguish about it turning it or changing what it is like some people do. I'm just like want the comics, so I think I'm ready to go. Excellent. More of this great stuff at majorspoilers.com. Go check it out. Major Spoilers on Twitter. Any advice for us before I let you go?
Stay hydrated.
Yes, drink your water, damn it. I'm almost done with this bottle right here, Brian.
Very good.
Only a little bit left. Yeah, that'll be 2 bottles in one day. Okay, a couple quick things. I'm going to do this in kind of reverse order. I'm going to play our Monday mashup. All right?
Okay.
Monday mashup from Jamie, who also provided today's trivia question for Battle Royale.
Yes, he sure did.
Prolific creator of things, and he put this together. This is called Los Dos Mofs Hermanos.
Okay.
And I think I know what that refers to, but let's see in today's Monday morning mashup.
Cool. That's cool. Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's a really good idea.
Hey, you guys.
Very good.
It's pretty cool.
My hand is not made to touch my pee-pee.
Los dos. Do that again. Los dos mofs hermanos.
Dos. It's not a computer language. It's dos.
Yeah, let me do it again. Los dos manos. Ah, shit. Las dos mofs hermanos.
Close enough.
Be the
Tell
king.
my forces to go get the bad guys. Ah!
I am the king.
Command my legion of donkeys.
Send the donkey legion.
Clean living.
I guess so. Wax on, wax off enough. You're okay.
If you wax off enough, then you stay young looking.
Your foot vagina. Sorry, 4-foot vagina model was my whole cover band name.
Your foot vagina.
My foot vagina.
The Vandals neither took Storf nor left stuff. Damn it!
What's wrong with us? I think they just did the Jimmy stick. Or what's that called?
Slim Jim.
Slim Jim.
Slap into a Slim Jim.
Did the Slim
Jimmy stick. Little
yeah.
Jimmy stick.
Yeah, tell the cop to bring a Jimmy stick. We need to get into our
Jimmy's been eyeing your car.
car. Sit down. I can't
see the 4-foot vagina. Hey, would you like to go out to dinner with me?
No,
I promise I won't do card tricks at the table. They get excused 5 minutes before the end of last period to go put their safety orange strap on.
Good term. Good use of term there.
Strap
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
It's a kind of a thing where a midget puts a pumpkin on its head and jumps on a trampoline.
The guy you're watching right
Look
now
at,
on whatever it's called, your show you're watching. It's not Steve Perry. Perry Mason. You know, Steve Perry, the great detective.
Steve Perry, yes. I like it when he solves the crime and he goes, "Oh, Sherry, all alone."
Oi, watch me make this parrot make a swear word.
That's right, exactly.
That weird sword that Gus Fring has now.
Gus Fring.
Gus. What's his Darth? No.
Oh, Darth Plagueis? No, not Darth Plagueis. What is
Gideon?
Moff. Right?
Moff Gideon.
Moff Gideon.
He's the chicken lord of southern.
Los dos Moffs hermanos.
That was great, as always. Well done.
And a wraparound, like it totally works as a circle.
Yeah,
like
it came around.
You go right from the end, right back to the beginning of the Los dos Moffs hermanos.
Oh, by the way, I got word from film people that in Film Sec we mentioned how in the trivia of the car it said the entire movie was looped.
Yes.
It's referring to ADR, meaning it.
Yes.
But I didn't.
Did you hear that from Dodd?
No, did Dodd Vickers
Dodd
pipe up
texted
on
me
it?
about that.
Yeah, we got multiple emails, multiple tweets. We had no idea. We just do an 11-year-old show about movies. What do we know?
What do we know? Looping? What?
Yeah,
Looping?
but I'd never heard of that before. But also, I didn't. Now that I think about the movie, I don't think there was some, but I don't think it was like through the whole movie. Like there was plenty of like mic'd moments. I don't know.
Yeah.
Either that or it was really well done. And that's a weird thing to say about the car. All right, moving on. I got a fan service here for a listener of the show. And
Fan
service! For Matthew Sargent, old-time member of this community. A talented artist, by the way, very talented. He says, I realize there's a backlog for fan service requests, but I would like to get this in before the end of October. I'd appreciate it. Well, here it is, man. Making sure it happens. The Kaiju Comics Anthology Stomped #2 is currently being kickstarted. It includes a short story I wrote and drew about the perils of delivering pizza in a town recently destroyed by monsters. If you like comics, giant monsters, and or pizza, check it out at tinyurl.com/stomped2. STOMPED 2, the number 2. The campaign goes until Halloween Day. Well, that sounds great.
Oh, yes, and I like all those things. I like comics, giant monsters, and pizza, so I'm a shoo-in.
Yeah, there you go. Put your shoe in it. Your foot vagina. Anyway, thank you, Matthew Sargent. He's extremely talented, and you should go check it out, you guys. And he's an awesome guy. So glad to do this for him.
Very cool.
Finally, an announcement. I'm doing a fresh new interview with Chris Metzen, former creative director at Blizzard Entertainment. Now retired, or is he? You'll find out tomorrow in this special interview that he and I have had planned for a little while. We're going to talk about what's next for Metzen. And I'm not going to drop any giant hints, except to say you're going to want to check out this interview. That's all I'm going to say.
Awesome.
So,
that's right. And that's after TMS tomorrow, right? Because you're going to miss the Apple event.
Yes, that was the reason, which sucks because I really want to do that with you as well.
It's all right.
But I'm gonna.
You know what? Apple will continue to announce crap, and we'll talk on the next one.
Yep, we'll see if that phone is worth it this year or not. Anyway, so that's Chris Metzen talking about what's nextin. I kind of took that from Icor. Well done. Okay, that's it for the show. Thank you all for being here. Patreon.com/TMS is the place to go to support the show. Get bonus content, and stuff in the mail, all kinds of reasons to support us over there, and it keeps these lights on. You can also find us at frogpants.com/TMS, where links to that and everything else we have and do and are there. Song requests, find it there. If you're looking for information about anything we do, all of it, it's all right there. So check it out, frogpants.com/TMS. Okay, Brian, I think that means we're done, but we have to play a song. So do you have a song?
I do. Mrs. Taffy Guy says, hello, Scoot and Boogie. It's that time of the year again. Time to